So, Dutch, it took you a while to put out the project. I heard like almost a year or something. How come it took
It's
so long?
it's way longer. Like it took like, uh, in my opinion, it took like 4 years to shape what I got right now. Sorta. Actually, I was working on an album. Then I thought it was best for me to just, you know, drop an EP. Um, so the EP itself, it took like a year. No, it took like 6 months to like form, like to get all the tracks together and then get everything mixed and mastered. But it has been taking like 4 years. Just the idea of putting like a project out has been taking like a long time.
Okay, okay. And you record sometimes in your room. You record and write sometimes in your room too. How does that process work?
Uh, well, it's. I think I've tried recording at like studios and stuff, but you feel so comfortable at home. So it was just um, about comfort to me, being able to like record at home. So yeah, it was just like very intimate.
Yeah.
The intro on the EP is very intimate. I really got emotional because I was all by myself. I just closed the fucking window, the curtains, everything. It was dark, and I just started recording.
Yeah. So like I was gonna talk about that first track. It's about your hometown, Aäron. How did growing up there inspire you as an artist, as a person?
Well, that line was actually just. I remember being frustrated that I was like one of the fewer people out in my town that really was going for something. It felt like everybody around me was just comfortable with living a normal life, which is okay. I mean, like, do what you want to do. But I couldn't look to anybody in my environment for like to be motivated. Like, yeah, I want to be like that dude because he's really putting in work and trying to grow in whatever it is he or she is doing. That's what I really meant with nobody's willing to grow.
Okay, and like that lack of people pushing themselves, did that inspire you more?
Just looking around made me feel like not this is not what I'm trying to be. Like I'm trying to be different than I just don't want to end up looking at my life and thinking nothing.
Yeah,
Like there's nothing.
yeah,
I gotta be somebody.
yeah, I get it. And like, when did you notice that music was your thing, your talent?
I think I was like 16, 17. That's when I wrote my first stuff. And then when I got to being 18, that was when I started to realize that, people around me were like, yo, you can rap. And your accent is tight. Because I'm not American. And for them to say something like that, and I was super naive, made me think that, all right, let's just go for it. Let's just quit school and just,
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. How hard of a choice was that?
not hard at all. That was like, if I look at all the choices I made in my life, that was the easiest choice.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that was the easiest choice because I did a lot of things at school, like a lot of different. I did a lot of different things, so it was like trying stuff and knowing that this isn't for me and that isn't for me, and I'm not interested in this or interested in that. But the music, like I was making music and people was like, "Yo, you kind of dope." So I was like, "All right."
Cool, cool.
So it
And
was easy.
like, how did your parents first react when you said you were dropping out?
Yo, that was wild. I remember. Well, my dad was like, "All right, cool."
Cool.
But yeah, my dad doesn't give a fuck. Like he was like, "All right, just make sure you don't fuck up." That was it. But my mom, to her, it was hard because my parents are Nigerian, and Nigerians really pride themselves on going to like college and stuff like that. So the moment she realized that I really wasn't gonna go to college or like even like finish middle school, to her was heartbreaking. But then from the moment she saw where it was going, she was like, all right, cool.
And then let's talk about the title of your EP. I'm sad, I want to make it. Where did that came from? Where did that come from?
It's kind of funny though. So it comes from being in a moment of time that all I would rap about was how I felt. And at that moment of time, I really felt sad that I wasn't where I wanted to be as an artist, spiritually, financially, physically, whatever. Like I just wasn't there. And looking around and seeing people like getting it, I was like super upset, super depressed. Like shit just wasn't working out for me. Then when I started getting blessings, I wasn't counting because I was just looking around to other people. That got me feeling sad. And I remember, this one time I was in Ghent making music, and Philip Nassa, one of my managers, was like trying to describe my music in a funny way, and he was like, "I'm sad, I want to make it," and I laughed about it. It was super funny, and it always, it sticks to you. So it was like, all right, cool. Then when it was about time to like look for a good title, I just ran with it. I'm sad, I want to make it, because it really is what it is.
Mm-hmm. So like, how did that sadness inspire you to where you're at now?
Oh my God. If it wasn't for the sadness, it's an odd thing to say, but I'm actually happy that I'm sad. Because like what it does to you is like you can't just sit still and be sad. One of the things that keep me going is just knowing that there's no way back. Like knowing that you ain't got no diploma, there's no plan B, it's this or nothing. That keeps me going. The situation at home keeps me going. Not trying to be like my dad or like the other people I was talking about in Antwerp Country Boy. That kept me going.
Yeah, and you have this other track on the EP, "Sleepless for Days," which is one of my personal favorites.
Thanks.
How did that track come together?
Yo, you know what's funny? Like, it's so difficult to explain. It's not, well, at first it was a freestyle. So it was a freestyle and I was singing on it. I was like doing this LL Cool J imitation in the intro, trying to be slick, trying to be smooth. So at first it was just like a chorus. When it just on, I will be there for you. And then, I sent the track to a few people, to Niz, to Nasta, and they really loved it. And I was super insecure about my voice, and they was like, "Yo, this shit is good. This shit is good. You should work on it." So after a while, I understood that. All right, cool. This could be something. And then I started talking about a situation I was in with my girl when I decided to like call it a night. So the verse is actually about me not being ready to be in a relationship because I'm too focused, trying to get this music thing going. I struggle with, translating what I feel inside because I feel like it's a different language than the one you speak. So to really be able to like do that, put it in a verse the way I wanted it, like everything I felt was in that track. In every track actually. If you look at the EP, every track is really perfectly translated the way it should be. It's a hard thing, but yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I have a couple lighter questions. What's
Right.
your favorite Dvtch Norris lyric?
Oh, that's a very good question. All right, let me dig deep because I gotta dig deep for that. Nah, I'm just playing. Well, God damn it. I think in Sleepless for Days when I say you wasn't letting anyone in like John Terry, I'm a huge football fan, and that right there to me was a lot. There's a lot of truth in that verse. I mean, I went in a relationship with somebody that wasn't sure if she was ready to love somebody else because she had like bad experiences. So she wasn't letting anyone into her heart. And yeah, I'm a big football fan, and John Terry is like one of the best defenders out there, a legend. So she wasn't letting anyone in like John Terry to me that's a clever one. I hear that shit and I'm like, oh shit, I came up with that? That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've noticed that you're a huge soccer fan indeed. So I had this one question, like,
Oh my God.
Martinez or Nainggolan?
You know, I'm gonna stand behind the coach, but I'm not gonna lie, I cried a little bit. You know, cause I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough. Like, he got the job. He just got the job, and you just want to support the team, support the manager. And then to make such a bold decision was like, damn, come on, man. You want to leave out the best player, in my opinion. In my opinion. But no, I respect his decision at the end of the day. If he says it was for tactical reasons, all right, I'm going to roll with you. I'm going to shit on you after the World Cup. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm reserving my opinion for after.
Okay. Drake or Pusha T?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I was waiting for that question. I was at Studio Brussels last night, and before that, I was like preparing what I was going to say about the beef. I'm a beef man. Like, Pusha for sure, like, no doubt. Like, that last one, he did go too far, but like, it reminds me of how battles are, you know? As a kid, you know, watching battles on YouTube, there's no remorse. There's just no mercy, and that's what Pusha did. And I mean, Drake kind of put his family in it, you know, fiance. So it was like, yeah, all bets off the table, and he murked it.
Okay, then I have one last question. What's the next move for Dvtch Norris?
I'm gonna go on a vacation for 2 months. I'm just playing. I can't do that. I'm just saying that because my managers are in the back listening. No, I cannot take any days off. I gotta work on the next thing because I don't know what's next, to be honest with you. So I gotta make as much music as possible, and just, you know, see what the plan's gonna be. But right now, just, yeah, enjoy the fact that I finally got to release a full project. Feels good.
On that?
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So if you feel that way, just be patient, and your time will come. Until that time, you just gotta work a lot, make new stuff, make new music. Don't be afraid to experiment. If I should show you my fucking drive full of like songs that has me singing on it, it's terrible. But you just gotta experiment stuff, do things that you usually wouldn't do because you never know. I feel like that's what happened with Sleepless for Days. So don't be afraid to experiment. Trust the process. I know that's corny, but it is what it is. Like, trust the process, and yeah.
Last question. How's the family, man?
The family. That's a good question. That's a very personal question, and I like that question. The family's good. Everybody's like super stoked. I got my brothers coming over to check out the show, my sister too. So everybody's super excited, curious to find out what's gonna go on, what's gonna happen with the EP and stuff like that. So yeah.
It's a wrap, man.
It's
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.